Watched a particular piece of animation that's extremely popular right now. Was done by a person not exactly in the animation industry, although I'm sure she'll break into it one day. I just thought that I would point out some themes that I see a lot. So talking about different kinds of media is awkward because there's the official industry stuff that gets published a lot, widely distributed, and then there's I guess, I don't really want to say indie because that's kind of a gray area, and I don't think that the word indie really has any actual meaning because it's usually backed by the industry, at least according to my observations. A lot of indie stuff is actually so close to industry stuff, only lower budget, that it's the same thing made with a tiny budget, as far as I can tell. But media like comics or short videos or pieces of music made by just people not in the industry, they're not backed by anybody else, they just make their stuff on their own, they don't get anybody else involved in the production usually. I can't think of a really good word to call that kind of media creator. Just, I guess, casual, normal, in real life person. They probably have a job that is ordinary and has nothing to do with the media that they produce, with just themselves usually. Anyway, obviously this project was done by a team of people. I don't know about their industry expertise, but anyway, I see a common set of things that appear in media produced by companies or by individuals on their own time, where a lot of the characters are outright stated to be demons, or they have a demonic motif design to them, and the setting is often hell, as in a city, instead of, if you read the Bible, hell is not a city, it's basically a furnace where people are destroyed and they can't get out of it. It's certainly not a city, but oftentimes in media, the place named hell is New Jersey with a red filter over it and some demonic motif, but none of that's actually in the Bible. So all of the imagery that you see of angels or demons or heaven or hell that you see outside, well, in the real world or in media, it's going to be like some heavy metal red and black fiery city, or fluffy, boring white clouds. If you actually read the Bible, angels can apparently take different forms, and they might choose to appear as some kind of entity that is covered in eyeballs and wings. So the images you see of generic white gown angels with harps and wings and halos has nothing to do with the Bible, and neither do depictions of demons. So it's like these things that are thrown in our faces are completely made up, but are given the same name as things written in the Bible, but they have no similarities. It's some kind of a branding thing. Something I heard about branding is, to do it, you have to ask questions that shouldn't be asked, such as, if this product or service was a person, what would they eat, what would they wear, what would their job be, etc. Basically, turning some abstract concept or product into a person, and then asking questions about that person. It's kind of weird, but I think that ties in with the made-up imagery of heaven or hell or angels or demons as you see in the media, but not actually in the Bible. And anyway, that said, this piece has the Hell City. The inhabitants a lot of them are goats, especially goats with exposed skulls and bat wings. So there's the winged goat thing. And there's actually something else, but people get really angry at you if you bring it up, so I think that you're just going to have to imagine what the other thing was. And I'll give you a hint. The voices. One of the characters actually made a comment about how everyone's a woman. That's kind of half of a joke. Only half of it. They never tell you the full story. But the first song, the vocals made my ears bleed. Oh, here's something funny. I thought that the voice sounded like Jodie Benson, kind of a sound-alike. But those famous singers, voice actors, especially ones associated with Disney, go look them up. Go look up photos and then listen to the voice, and yeah. Anyway, the voice kind of hurt my ears a bit. And Well, the cursing was actually very, very cringy. It reminds me of a 13-year-old that learned how to swear and now they just spam swearing nonstop and they think that they're adult and cool, but no. And another thing is a lot of the time the plot lines and story elements between, say, shows made for children or shows made for adults or movies or whatever, they're fundamentally not different. The thing is, the children's media might have some colorful, wacky characters and shoehorned in songs, and the media for adults is just they shoehorn in sex jokes, swearing, and drug references that aren't plot relevant. And it's really not mature. I mean, if you took out the songs or the edgy content, you would get something fundamentally no different from the other, generally speaking. So the stuff labeled as mature is a misnomer. It's not mature. In fact, it makes you look really childish and stupid. And you're actually going to notice that a lot, especially if you know these kinds of people in real life. They act childish. And there's more to be said, but I think you know that there's this type of person that creates content like this, and they're very cliquish, they act really cagey and really weird, and they're actually extremely rude to anybody not in the group. And they will hate you out of nowhere, but they won't tell you why. They'll come up with a bullshit reason. Oops, I said the curse word. Anyway, they will come up with a fake reason. They will lie. If you have screwed up in the past and they know about it, they're going to bring that up. But their friends are all far, far worse than you, and yet they all have each other's backs, but you're the only person that is horrible. If it sounds like I'm projecting a whole lot, really, I think we all know these people, and I'm actually here to provoke discussion, and I would like to hear you talk about the people you've met and the experiences you've had and the red flags that you've come to see, or if you've seen a lot of common threads in media or behavior, or if you just have anything interesting to say, I'd love to hear it.